Oh, my lips. Why is it so dry? Live chat. Papa chats. No, every time, you turd. Okay, fixed it. No one's here. I was alone. I was all by myself. Hi, Victory Bee. Las Vegas, are you having fun, Amanda, or do you live there? Good morning, Carol. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Miss Terry. I am drinking from my Los Angeles mug today. You live here? Well, are you still having fun, Amanda? I can't decide if it would be really fun to live in Vegas. Not like, oh my God, it's so fun. I go out gambling and drinking every night to live in Vegas. Or if it's kind of fun in the sense where, like, sometimes you're like, should we see a Circus Soleil thingy? Or like, you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Hi, you guys. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to see you this morning. You love the video with my children go to the candy factory. It was incredibly fun. It was, yeah, there's always something to do. Happy Wednesday. The I'm hot flashing so hard. So I had my blood stolen by the sex Sherpa on Monday. We had a talk. I'll talk about it in a minute. She and I had a whole long talk. You know what my favorite thing about seeing her is that she has never once tried to be like, why are we like doing this? Like, why are you asking questions about your health? Why are you here? She's never done that. She's just like, okay, hey Dawn, have fun with the baby. Um, she's always been like, okay, what do you want to talk about? And I actually, when I went there, I was like, I genuinely, it's like a semblance of an idea of why I'm here. I don't have something super specific for you. I feel like my hormones are off. I want to talk about whether or not you feel like my hormones are off. And we talked and we talked about how I thought I was estrogen dominant right now. My hot flashes have really picked up. A lot of my symptoms have really picked up. And then she also wanted to, because my bladder was hurting a little bit, she checked my pancreas for function and stuff like that too. So on Friday we talked, but it was too late to get labs drawn. So good morning, you guys. So Monday I went back for my labs and she pulled them. And then like in 2 weeks, I get to go back and talk to her, or a week and a half. It doesn't matter. I don't know. And we'll see how that's going. But I am so hot flashy. Like I'm just sweaty. Um, there's live music and awesome restaurants. Also, yeah, awesome restaurants. I feel like for everyone else in America, we're like, our restaurants are kind of bull crap, but you have to stay in like the super really good touristy places for them to still maintain it. Oh, okay. And then I want to loop back to that thought in a minute. Good morning, guys. Um, so remember, was it a live stream or was it a video? I was talking about food doesn't taste as good. Like it just like restaurants don't taste as good. It just really, really isn't worth it. And not only is it just more expensive, it's not worth it. It just doesn't taste good. Okay, thank you, Amanda. Um, and then later on one of my feeds, it was talking about how food doesn't taste good in restaurants and how we're not making it up and that COVID disrupted the supply system to an extent that like they started doing more preservatives to kind of like hold the food supply a little bit longer, especially for restaurants. And then it was like I'm remembering what somebody told me in a video. So like let's all grain of salt here. And the grains of salt have gotten smaller. No, I'm just kidding. That's shrinkflation. And they were talking about how also restaurants are kind of trying to extend the food storage longer, not to the point that it's dangerous. It's not like it's spoiled and you're eating it, but that oh, my husband just texted me. I got the same scam fund, babe. I got the same scam text. I got the same scam text, babe. We are going to be so rich. Um, both he and I think it's because we have North Dakota numbers still. Um, we both got texts like, "The North Dakota, Department of Revenue processed your refund," and we're like, "From a decade ago? That seems terrible." Okay, so, like, they're extending the food, so it's not that we're eating spoiled food, we are eating less peak freshness food, so inherently the taste is slightly worse. So everything is just slightly worse. Modern romance, right? Oh, the husband texts. Um, oh, I'm on top chat again. Okay, and so yes, the kids with the sour candy was so funny, but apparently the sourness, it wasn't just the fact that it tasted sour, it also tasted bad. Most of the kids reported back that it tasted very soapy. And it also fizzed when they put it in their mouth. So Sonia's reaction was a lot of sensory where she's like, "Didn't like that. Do not like bubbling in my mouth," which is like, right? Because I don't like, Mark's gonna get arrested by the US Marshals if he doesn't reply. I'm on a live stream. Stop sexting me. Why did it won't let me it auto corrected the word sexting because apparently I don't write that enough. Good morning. Sammy's hat is very funny. So we went on a huge hunt for goth clothes, and it turned out we were only on the hunt for that one shirt she was wearing. That's what she wanted. And I was like, baby, that's more of a Amazon purchase. Like if you have a very specific idea of what you want and you haven't seen it in the store previously, don't go to all the stores looking for it. And so yeah, it's very Beetlejuice chic. It's very it does feel like Where's Waldo, but in black. She looks so cute. So cute. And we got fingerless gloves that she was wearing underneath, but I had her take them off when we were making the candy. And her pants are so gothy. It's very cute. And, so she's in her emu. She's in her emo phase. You were not expecting the Swiftie as the thumbnail. I need to create some more thumbnails because it bothers me when it's just my face because they automatically pick that really pukey brown color. I don't want that. Kalamala, Mary, hi, you guys. Oh, Tall Girl Jessica, hi, sweetheart. You're so over restaurant cooking. It's just not good. Do I have citric acid? Yes, that's what they were handing out, Morgan, for that. And Emily the Strange, I don't know who that is. Um, but you have such a pretty face. Wait, what are we talking about? You're in your emu phase also. I didn't mean to say emu. Emo. Cute seems to defeat the point of God. That's so true. But she's just I love her so much. And she's just really feeling it. And she started cutting her own bangs, which I know would be like gasp horror terrible. She does a fantastic job. Her bangs always look phenomenal. But we still save all of our hair in baggies, and I'm trying to get that habit to stop. But for some reason, for the most part, we like to cut our own hair and then put it in baggies and keep it. So oh, no, thank you, Miranda. Yes, no, it's the fact that they pick the stupid pukey brown backgrounds. That bothers me, and I don't know how they select the colors. Maybe it was I don't know how they select the colors, but I wanna be like, "Could you stop? You don't recall approving this stream? It's Wednesday. Happy hump day, everyone." Put the hair on the Swifties. Oh my god, Holly, I'm gonna block you. Wow. That would be hilarious and so terrifying. Oh my god, Holly, you made my hands sweat. Ew, why is that so important? Maybe it's just another hot flash. Irma, hi wifey. How are you, sweetheart? So, you recently found out your 9-year-old Penrock then likes Penrock the 90s grunge. Yes, oh my gosh, right? Like those were the times, the grunge times. They were so nice. Your government name is Miranda, and I never shit my head so fast when you said it. Randy, I thought you were a dude. this whole time. I was like, "Hey, dude." So the hair in the Swifties is kind of an intense idea. And Sonia needs to get her hair cut shorter. I need to get my hair cut. You did just sell you bought mushrooms at Hobby Lobby? Nah, just a lesbian. Well, Randy, that's you know, Miranda. Sorry. It's gonna be hard. Um, I need to trim my hair, but I know they're gonna cut it really short. I'm gonna be super pissed. Hi Brett. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Katie. Oh, exotics in here too. Very nice. I always call you Miranda, even though it's not your name. I'm sorry, Amanda. I can't help. I could help it, but I don't. I choose not to help it. I'm so sweaty. I just need us. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have to close out Mark's text. He needs to. Oh my god, babe. Inappropriate. Oh, also, I'm working. That's harassment. Okay. I gotta not look at that. Um, he does. He's the worst. Um, okay, recognize the look from bagging the hair. You have it often with your daughter. It's so weird that they do that. That's such a bonkers thing to me. Like, but then again, I for the longest time, he does need to be taken in custody, April. So, oh, good job, Rick. That's amazing. Taco Tuesday was yesterday. Perhaps. Sh- Everybody it's morning. It's way too early to be like, guys, it's just hormones. It has nothing to do with anything else, guys. That's why I'm flushed and overheated. um, okay, so for oh my god. Just hold on. Hold on. Okay, so um happy Wednesday. Let's start over. Happy Wednesday, guys. Irma, nobody cares what time it is for your dumb place. It only matters where I am and when I'm doing. Hi, Leroy Jenkins. And it is 10:41 in the morning. What are we doing, Mr. Man? Do you want to come up? Come here. All right, fine, run away. I don't care. I don't even like Mark. He's so gross. 7:41 a.m. in Vegas. I do really like Vegas though. I really like gambling. So I enjoy it quite a bit. I'm not good at it, but I love winning. And then I hate losing, but I love winning. I could easily be a Manda. Yes, we are still waiting on the divorce arc. I will file very, very soon. You asked your first one about Pros products. They're a master stylist, so they know what they're talking about. Don't waste your money. You can find products that work just as well at Ulta. Lori, I hate them. I hate them. They make my hair look terrible. I stopped using them. I am so also hold on. Hold on, shut up. Nobody texted me. Oh my god. Stop. Um, this is really inappropriate and very difficult to focus. Oh, my hands are so stop. Oh my god. Why is he has to be watching this live. He should be working because I married him for his money. I am gold digging my heart out here. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I didn't pay full price either. But I'm definitely in one of those parts. This is so embarrassing. What? Oh, you guys know how sometimes you wash her hair for a long time with the same shampoo, and then abruptly one day it just, like, stops working on your hair, and in that, like, 2 hours, I can't even look over. Okay, thank God it was a different text popped up. I was so scared. And then sometimes, like, an hour after you wash your hair is, like, really oily up top, and it just, like, stops working. The Aussie kangaroo shampoo that I've been using and in love with so much stopped working. So I have to switch back to, like, Pantene or whatever bulk stuff that they have at Sam's, but it definitely is not working, and, and I hate the pros. It makes my hair very frizzy. It it doesn't make it curly when I'm trying to go for a curly wavy style. It just kinda, like, is limp and weird looking. But when I'm like, "Okay, well, let's just see what happens," it was, "Oh, thank you, D. Maybe I will try that." That way because I really like it, so I should. Oh my god, Pandora. Um, and then, I'll try clarifying shampoo and try it again, but everybody gets 2 words for Mark's text. No, yes, clarifying, like, my hormones, it's like, you guys, it's like a lot of hot flashes at once. Okay, Amanda, he didn't write the word handcuffs. Oh my god. So, when we were, so Mark obviously has handcuffs, right? But he also because of work, right? And, he also has leg shackles, and he had them, and the kids, like, brought them out, and people are like, "What's going on with that?" I was like, "No, no, no, it's they're like, you guys, it's his work stuff, like, that's why we have those." Like, it's very, assumes there are words. No. So, yeah, this is the worst live stream of my life, you guys. He didn't send pictures. Thank God. I would die. I would just die. I do need a handheld, a minivan. I'm just sweating everywhere. Show and tell, pass. Um, well, this derailed. He better not be watching. He better be working. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so I did turn it down. It's at 74. That's positively Chilly Willy's. Nothing Michelle. Everything's totally really normal and reasonable for sure. Okay. Any updates on the RV? Thank you for asking. So they hi Sanad. Um I did get a hear back. I did hear back from the consumer financial, and they did go back in and reapply the payments even more incorrectly, and now I have even less money towards my principal. So, like, they raised my balance. So I have to drive to Tampa. I just have to talk to a real human. Um, so that's it just I have to go to Tampa. I'm really kind of bummed out. I was waiting. I knew Mark had this trip that he just came back home from. My dad took him to a football game. So it was really cute. My dad and he went to Chicago to see the Bears Vikings Monday night football game. Um, and hilarious to me because both my dad and Mark, my dad was in Texas probably, and, they went wow, the RV saga is just phenomenal. It's chef's kiss. And so they both flew in Monday morning, went to the Monday night football game, and flew out Tuesday morning. I was like, "You guys couldn't spend 2 days? I'm never gonna reset this life, Mary. It's not working." Um, you're letting the grays do their things. I have some. I don't have a ton. I don't know that I'm gonna get a ton of gray hairs. Um, because my mom doesn't have particularly overly gray hair, and she doesn't, dye her hair. So, am I gonna bring Mark with me to Tampa? No, I have sucked up so much of his time off. He's the kind of man, okay, so you know how there are some men who, I don't think I'm on touch app sorry, Emma, you just pulled my focus. What was I supposed to look at? Sanad, say it again. I took so much of Mark's time off with my trips and stuff like that this year, and he's a hoarder. He is like, he's weird. Sinead. Sinead. Sorry. And I said Sinad. Oh, yeah, because that's a Sinead would be way better. So hi TP honey. Okay, I have to reset. Like I'm still very broken. He's the sort of man who never takes his time off ever. He likes to hoard it. And then in December, because you can only have some, I didn't really know her. Like I knew of her. I think she died. I feel like she's dead. But no, it like she was in my periphery in the 90s. Um, it's the most disrupted life, Anna. She did die. Okay, she did. Um, rip. Sorry, I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry. Um, and then by December comes around because in the federal government, I'm pretty sure this is broad for everybody in the federal government, but you get use or lose days where you can only hoard so many days off. And then at the end of the year, if you don't use your leave days, you don't get to have them anymore. And so like all of a sudden Mark's in my house all of December. And I'm like, go away. Why are you still here? It's so unnerving. Hi, Dia. Do I use dry shampoo? Sometimes I have a really sensitive stomach, so I can't eat it. But sometimes I put it on my hair and it can trigger like really itchy bumps. But sometimes I do it because I'm not going to wash my hair that day. Yeah, so we do a lot of he will not have like I'll see him maybe a week at the end of December, which I don't hate. But yeah, he's a workaholic. He's gotten a lot better. One of the hardest moments in our marriage, absolutely. It was one of the worst and it sparked a very big fight. And I held on to my anger for a very long time with this. And he actually now when he is teaching newer people coming in, he references this moment as something for them not to do in their Oh, I thought you said you had 30 years of sick leave, and I was like, "Oh my god, Iowa." I'm not gonna blow my nose, everybody pause. Okay, so when Mark was a brand new marshal and, I think I had Calvin, but he was, like, very new into being a marshal and being into his new place, and he's a workaholic, so he was very obsessive about going to work, and I woke up throwing up, and the kids were very, very, very young, right? And I woke up very ill and he still went to work. He was like too anxious to call out, like it was wasteful and stuff like that. And when he came home, I'm like still throwing up. And he's like, wow, everything's crazy. And I was like, I'm barely functioning. Like, are the kids even alive? And like that point, it was a massive fight. And he really realized what a terrible choice he had made. Like he thought I was like just kind of sick. And I was like, I'm so overwhelmed sick. I barely left the bathroom, like just barely checking in to see if everybody's alive and stuff like that. And so now he's like, okay, when he sees people struggling with things like I'm not going to tell that story, but like something really crazy happened and he was like, you need to choose your family. You need to choose supporting your wife. You have to do this. This is just a career. That's your family. And so I'm very glad that we came out the other side from that. But like, I was like, I'm going to kill you. I will absolutely murder you. What's up with our hair changing colors? I think mine is kind of the same that it's always been. I went through a phase where I dyed my hair darker. Um, I'm glad it was a learning moment too, because that was 100%. That's amazing, Morgan. Which Leo? Which what does he want to be? Um, because like I would not have been able to sustain a life if that was his always choice. Um, and like it's a terrible, but I made shit choices too. So you had chemo curls for a while. You hated having it. I knew somebody who loved her chemo curls. She was like, "My hair looks phenomenal. I'm so happy with this." It's like, well, you know, you did, Emma. I think it's crazy that like chemo curls are a thing. Like that's crazy to me that your hair is just like, oh my god, that was crazy. Let's be curly for a little bit. You used to dye your hair black. You have strawberry blonde hair. Did you have the complexion that like really supports it? Yours is still straight, Tony. Have you lost your hair? I'm assuming we're talking chemo hair since you said you're still straight. You wanna go pink for your hair? Do it. Like, who's stopping you? Maybe work. It took you a long time to appreciate home first with the pressure of work, right? And I do not really have a good reference point for that because, um, Army, I didn't have a family. And like Starbucks, what's gonna happen if you don't go to Starbucks? Nothing. Somebody else fills your shift. So like, um, you're super pale. Well, sometimes super pale goes really great with dark hair. Only some of it, but you shaved your head. I wonder if I would make that choice. I probably would because I bet you if you lost a good portion and it was like patchy, especially like in the back, I think I would have done that. My aunt, when she first started chemo, she started doing insane things with her hair because she's like, now's the time to not worry about the health of my hair. Let's see everything that I can get done before I lose it. And then when my hair comes back, we'll have to treat it reasonably. I wanna let the grays grow out, but not quite able to embrace that yet. You're fighting getting older. Sadly, it is okay, so a lot of us can be like, don't worry about fighting growing older," but it's hard. It's really hard. Just this morning when I was putting on makeup, I edited yesterday and I was putting on makeup today and having jowls, especially I can see it from the side of me, which I saw a few times in my video. That's really hard for me to come to terms with. I'm not willing to do Botox or fillers, and I feel like that could help with jowls, but, like, it really hurts my feelings. I'm struggling with the idea of it, but it's just what our faces do when we get older, and so that kinda sucks, and it was kinda patchy, Tony. Well, then I'm glad you shaved it, honey. Beth, if you girls wanted to do theirs, would you dye theirs, would you be okay with it? Yes, because it is their hair on their head. And I am not going to try to control that. It's a hard thing. My mom also wanted to like, it's just, I'm not going to control that. That's for her. Um, Even though like I'd be very like I love their red hair. I wish I had their red hair, but that's theirs. Yeah, it's such a bummer. But here's the thing is that you see so many of the people who are fighting aging, they fought it tooth and nail, right? And you look at them old past that time, Madonna, right? You're just like, "Oh my holy shit. That is horrifying looking. Oh my god." Like, you see it and you're just like, "Oh, okay." So, like, I much rather and then you look at Pamela Anderson. Who thought that like, Pamela Anderson is one of my idols. I am in love with her. I love her. And flashback to the 90s, I never would have really been like, I wish I could be like Pamela Anderson when she was like super messy and I think her sex tape was leaked against her will, maybe. Um and so but now look at how beautiful she is and how she's just like, yeah, I'm not doing that bullshit. I'm not going to wear makeup. I'm not going to fight this. And she looks so put them together. Put the people who fought it, right? And then the people who chose to age gracefully, beautifully. Who else? Hold on, you guys. I think we talked about this last time. Titanic star Jennifer's Aniston. I think she is beautiful. I think she did a lot of work. Um, the gua sha helps with your jowls, Joanna. Um, you guys, Wesley Snipes, no. Kate Winslet. Sorry, you're Amanda, your typo. I was like Quinslet. I thought her name. She also, but hers was for talent. She's come out and said I couldn't do Botox. I couldn't do that because so much of my acting is in my face. And if you can't move your face, yeah, I'm missing so much of my craft. And she is aging beautifully, right? Um, Sorry, I didn't mean Paulina was in Titanic. No, I didn't think that. Drew Barrymore, is Drew Barrymore aging naturally or not? I haven't checked in with her too much because I'm really uncomfortable with her talk show style. It's very close. I would have a hard time with that. Like, don't touch me while I'm talking to you. I'll kill you. Meryl Streep, yes. Jamie Lee Curtis, yes. Like I'm so in love with. But the thing about aging gracefully is that you have to age, and that part's hard. Going from youth to aging is hard. It's so hard. I'm going to talk about this, I think, in my podcast. One thing that I focus on a lot. Oh, no, I'll save that for the podcast. So now you have to watch it to hear that story. Yeah, she leans, it's so close. I don't want that close. What do you mean now, Mary? Did you not like Kate Winslet previously? Previously. But yeah, so the you can't be graceful, you're more clumsy, April. It just but the other Tony, the other option is that we die young. So I would rather age and transition, but like it's why not, Mary? Why didn't you like her, honey? Going from 45 to 50 is very disappointing. Why, Emma? Could you be more cuz I'm getting close to 45, so I'd like to know what kind of hurdles I have to leap over. It is hard, Joanna, and it's really hard because you're used to the mirror. Okay, here's something crazy. You're used to the mirror, and you look reverse to yourself, right? Editing myself, I'm like, I don't look like Mirror Beth at all. Watching edited Beth, I'm like, that's something. She was a drama queen for a bit. Oh, see, I don't remember that enough. Um, but yeah, so it's very having another Emma Jane in the chat is throwing you. Oh my god, I don't know that I noticed that there were two. Um, Hi Jamie. It's amazing how taking care of your body, drinking water, eating right, and exercising has a positive effect on your face and skin too, right? I still feel like I still have all the puffiness. I still feel very puffy. Yes. Only the good die young. I'm good. Um, It's you definitely like a different neck. I am so over the humpback neck that I have, but, like, proper posture? No, thanks. So, like, do I have humpback? Do I have double chin? Which one are we gonna do, guys? Yay! Oh my god, Ashlyn, everyone, her baby started pulling herself up. That is such a himself, not herself. Sorry. That is a really cool thing to see. How incredible for you, babe. Walking is right around the corner. You're going to see first steps before you freaking know it. That's amazing. I'm not going to cry. I'm really excited for you. I should have like 7 or 9 more babies. 38 more babies. Oh, Joanna, why do I make you laugh? Gobble gobble loose skin on the neck sucks the worst. Really? Ugh. And apparently they're doing new like facelifts that are like pulled from the I don't even know if I could really do it. Hold on. But they're, like, pulling the back so they are doing it back here. So I'm gonna look at myself because that's what I do. Hold on. Me? I don't know, hold on. Ah, okay, well, apparently I can't do it that well pulling my own hair, but if you knock me out, cut chunks of my head out, pull it and sew it, glorious. I do make good looking peeps. Thank you, Corey. Your niece 6 months old just started crawling. That's crazy. I love that. I also love coffee. I taught Calvin how to make coffee, and now every 13 seconds he's like, "Would you like me to make some coffee?" I'm like, no." When I was a teenager, I watched the facelift episode of The Operation, and it was horrifying. Do you guys remember The Swan? Do you guys remember that show? Let's talk because I was thinking about it the other day while I was in the shower. That's a good time to think about body things. Um, I'd rather deal with the newborn stage than the toddler stage. 1000% Chelsea. 1700%. They all look unnatural. See, that's the thing, Michelle. Just the bad ones look unnatural because I guarantee there are beautiful facelifts out there that we're like, we just think that they're aging so well and they're just really stunning. Not Black Swan, Amanda. The Swan. You idiot. No, I'm just kidding. You piece of shit, Amanda. How? No, I didn't mean Black Swan. The extreme makeovers, it's like really extreme. Okay, so clearly, babe, if you don't know or anybody else doesn't know, it was a reality show where they took someone ugly, right? And they're like, I'm ugly. And then they made them list all of the things that they hated the most about themselves on national television, right? And then this part had to be a mind F. This part was so bad. Um, then they went in, they would do like lipo, boob lift, tummy tuck, nose job, eyebrow lift, face lift, lace. There was this one woman, they had her shaving with her husband's shaver in the mirror. I'll loop back to shaving, right? Haircut. Then, and they're in isolation during all of recovery. Then they made them work out and all the mirrors are covered, right? And so they're working out in isolation, recovering from all of this on crazy diets, right? And then they revealed, and was it two? You guys, somebody remind me, they were returned two? And then they picked which one was the prettiest and awarded her the prize. I think that's what it was. It was 2 parallel, right? Yeah, after a tummy tuck. Like, I don't think they saw their family for 3 to 6 months. This was in the '90s when everybody was insane. Um, and I swear to God, so somebody did all of that and was still they're like, "You're still kind of ugly." But could you imagine not seeing yourself going through all those changes and then seeing yourself and being like, "Who the fuck is that? Who's she?" And then having kids and be like, "It's mommy." And the kids being like, "I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I do not like this." That's crazy to me. They did that to people. Oh my god, like wild times. Wild times. Um, who saldo they are ugly. Irma, say that again. But don't typo so I can understand what the hell you're saying. Like it's so crazy. Yeah, The Biggest Loser. I'm waiting to watch that documentary. Nobody talk about it. Um, with Millennial Meg, we're going to eat that. I'm so sorry. Those were 2 thoughts. We are going to watch that while eating room service in bed and not talking to each other during VidSummit. We're very excited about this. Um, because we're just like, we're going to be active and talking and socializing, and it'll be our first time human interacting together, like being able to touch each other's faces. And so we're like laying out ground rules. We're like, what kind of deodorant and perfume do you wear? Like, what if you're overly, have you ever spent time with somebody whose perfume you can't handle and then stay with them for a week in the same hotel room? And things like where I was like, hey, when you get to the hotel, I'm gonna no, different hotel, Mary. This one I actually booked in like January because it's right next to the it's not a coliseum. We're not gladiator fighting. That wouldn't be the worst idea. That's content. Convention center. So I booked it early so I could be right next to the convention center, so that I could walk back and forth and take a nap. And so she And so I was like, "Okay, but I'm gonna be there one night before her." And I was like, "I'm gonna need you to come and, like, unpack stuff and leave it in the hotel room so it doesn't feel like you're invading my space, but that we're sharing a space and stuff." And I was like and then we made plans where we're like, "Listen, we can not talk in the evening and still be friends. Like, we don't have to entertain each other or socialize the whole time. We get to be silent together. We can be alone in the same room and not worry that this is going to impact our friendship, right? We can be like, I just want to on my phone. Like, please don't talk to me. I want to scroll on my phone. So, like, we're saying all these things together. And I really love it. And so that's one of our plans where we're just like, that's going to be what we binge watch together while eating food that's not good for us. Your mother-in-law's been watching what at full value? The documentary. Don't talk about the documentary though. I want to see it. Hi Sarah. Yeah, the friends you can chill with in silence are great. Because I've talked to Mark about it a few times. Sorry, I checked. Like I said his name and I looked over to see if he had texted again to see if I was gonna get ruined. Um, Carrie, say it again. Botched. Oh my god, botched. So this is sounding concerning. Just play it by ear. You mean my unfriendship? I'm like, I am gonna murder her and hide her body. That's fine. Um, I was like, what if you murder me? And she's like, plot twist. um, have I seen the Kendra Lakari show on Netflix? I have not. Hi, Penny. Um, what was I saying about Mark? Oh, one thing I really deeply adore about Mark is that I can be absolutely alone with him. I just love people that you can be alone with someone and it's just Mark for Mark and my kids where I can decompress fully. Especially when you spend a lot of extended time with guests and stuff like that. You're just like, yeah, that the moms bullying their daughters thing's so effing weird for me. Sorry, Michelle, but good job. I need to take Cardboard Mountain out. It's it's a little bit cool enough that I think I could. Hi, Asa. Asa? Asha. It's not Asha. That would be oh, I had a friend named Asha. I really liked her. I wanted to be like her when I grew up. Please hold. Asa like Asia? Uh, so I tried going to more carnivore, ketovore, and then yesterday I why do you block your camera and mute when you sneeze? Because I have perverts who timestamp when I sneeze, then talk about how cute my sneezing is, and then try to privately DM me because there are dudes out there who are pleasuring themselves to sneezes. It's weird as shit. Ugh, so weird. So yeah, there's like when people like I can't cut my feet out of filming. I just can't. And I won't wear shoes because I get like all gross. Yes, I'm being very serious. So, but when I can clip things out, it's Mark. That's why you married me. He just couldn't handle it. Um, my feet get so sweaty, it's so slippery, it's so uncomfortable, I can't wear feet things. I'm like, "Okay, fine." I just block and delete the people who are time stamping. I can't remove my feet from the foot fetish playlist that they add me to. Wish I could, but I can't. But if I find the perversion that I can clip out, I will. There was and then what also when you're really a small YouTuber, which I'm not like, "Oh, I'm a huge YouTuber," but when you're like a 1,000 sub YouTuber, I feel like they're a lot more predatory towards you. And I would get things like, okay, so do you guys remember how speaking of old TV, how wild TV used to be? But like they would have documentaries about like Confessions of a Call Girl or Twist. I don't remember what it was called, but there was one that was like Sarah, like I'm surprised you don't get these, Sarah. Um, it was like a woman, she was a sex hotline worker, and she's like, "It's not really what you would think. It's not always what you think." A lot of them would be like, "Put on squeaky rubber gloves and squeak your hands." And then one very specific one, she was like, I would go on the phone with them. I would go to the store, I'd buy balloons, I'd sit in my car, I'd blow them up, and then I'd pop them. Right? So I was like, I still don't understand. I was so young where I was like, I really couldn't grasp a lot of sex in general, but I definitely couldn't grasp what I still can't really grasp the crossover and stuff, and she's like, "I think it was the anticipation of it popping." But I still like, I don't the squeaking I don't get, right? Um, but so in the early days, one of the very first comments I got was a foot dude, and I was so uncomfortable because I was like, "I need the engagement. I don't have enough." Like, not a lot of people are commenting. Do I leave it up because it's a comment, or do I remove it? And I was very torn for several days, and then I finally removed it. I think I blocked that guy. But then you'd get people being like, "Listen, could you wear gloves when you're washing your dishes? I really like to hear how it like, I feel like it'd be better for your hands." And then also, like, I would love the squeaking. Somebody being like, "Could you blow up a beach ball and pop it with your fingernails?" I was like, "I genuinely don't think I could." I don't my nails are so I do square tips, which I think is not fashionable. Um, and so, like, the popping, it's yeah, like the weirdos in jobs, Kala. And so you're far more normal than you thought. And so that's why I always block when I blow my nose, why I'm always editing out my sneezing, and things like that is because it's so uncomfortable. Yeah, Iowa girl. Yeah, like keep your kinks to yourself, guys. That's so crazy. And it's so then also I had she's a feral. I know she is because she had some inside jokes that she sprinkled in. I know the squeaking of it, like that's what gets you that's it gets you off. Like I don't understand it. And it's fun to joke around about and stuff like that, but like Mark absolutely hates the idea that there are guys out there doing that to any of my content whatsoever. He's like it makes him very angry. Um, and then, like, a lot of people are like, "Ooh, lean into it, lean into it." And I was like, "Okay, but it also makes me uncomfortable knowing that that's out there and what I can control, I will." Um, you did. You missed all that my husband was, being inappropriate earlier. Did the sandwich make you sneeze? It didn't, actually. I'm a little sneezy, little nose blowy this morning, but, it's not as bad. Um So, hold on. So, and I also think that we are in a point in society to where we're like so sex work positive. We are so like okay with it that we in order to not be canceled, in order to be like cool and in the mainstream, we are diminishing the absolute crushing of the soul it can do for women, the demeaning of womanhood, the demeaning of who we are as people, that when people are like, lean into it, it's money. You can get money. You're like, okay, yes, but it's at a cost of part of your heart, part of your soul, part of your inner self. Like and people are like, all these women are doing OnlyFans now, these young women doing OnlyFans, and they're like, get your bag, girl, and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, but for the most part, just like YouTube, there are some people making a shit ton of money and doing so well. But so many women out there who are like, "I'm gonna go for it. Let's try it." It's out there forever, and then they make 50 bucks. And you're like, "Okay, was it worth it?" No, because because then also, just like in YouTube, just like in a lot of content, I think if you have a normal job, right? If you're a nurse, if you're Kala, right? And nope, not gonna use Kala. Let's just pretend you're a dentist. Fine, you're a dentist, right? You're a dentist. Um, in your day to day, you just get more people with teeth and you do teethy things, right? You're not like, okay, I'm dentisting as good as I could do. Sorry, Kala, honey. I just feel like that has spiraled in a terrible way. You're doing dentist shit and you're dentisting, right? You're not like, okay, now I'm going to put two people side by side and dentist at the same time, right? And then you're not like, I'm going to do five dentisting at the same time, but first, I'm gonna sew their mouths shut. So I have to open their mouths and pull out all of their teeth, and I'm gonna swap people's teeth in their mouths, and we're gonna see how fast I can do it, right? Like, you don't get more extreme in those jobs. You just do your job, right? You don't more extreme it. You're not like, I hit a level, I need to level up, right? So, Jamie, this is what dentists do, right? I'm pretty sure. Yes, girls going to OnlyFans to pay off student loans. Okay, so then how about this? You're starting OnlyFans and you're like, I'm just going to do feet pics. Okay, do feet pics. You get 20 or $30. What if you get $500? Because you get 1 foot dude, right? And you get $500. And then nobody cares about your feet so much. So you're like, all right, let's do bikini shots. And it's not that great, but what if you get $500 from some dude who likes your okay, so then maybe I'll do full nude, maybe I'll do, you know, girl on girl, maybe I'll do guy, maybe I'll do 3 guys, maybe I'll do 100 guys in 24 hours because that's the next bar. Okay, then now you have girls who are like, I'm going to do 200 guys only backdoor. Now I need surgery because you have to escalate up. YouTube's very similar. You can clean your messy house. But if you do hoarder houses, right? Okay, so you get your Mac, you do really bad houses, and then you do a not that bad of a house, that video doesn't do as good. You have to find increasingly worse things to do. So, wh- where am I at? What am I doing here? That's why if I was like, "Ooh, let's just lean into the feet pics and stuff like that," that's what I feel like is gonna happen. Because in YouTube, in all content, especially OnlyFans and stuff like that, you have to level up. You have to get increasingly worse, which is it's concerning for me as a person. Oh, I know where I pulled in. It's concerning for me because the benefit is that I never get better and I get slightly worse, right? It's it behooves me to not only not clean my house, but also start buying too many things and then building packages, getting a few too many animals. Don't make a comment about how I already have a ton of animals. Um, leaving food out to rot, those kind of things, getting things even worse. It would make it better for me to add my kids to my videos. Now I'm adding my kids to my videos, but they're sneezing and barefoot. You, you have those kind of things where it behooves me to get slightly worse. Um, and that's how I feel about girls doing OnlyFans and stuff like that. If you're like, get your bag, you're like, okay, but the risk of falling off the cliff, of throwing your soul away is so high for what realistically is speaking is pennies. Most people make nothing on YouTube. Most people make nothing on OnlyFans. Most people, um, that's just how it goes in this. It's so unusual to make money. So this feral, she is she's doing research because she's a therapist, which is made up. And she interviewed me and we were talking about like the risks of YouTube and stuff like that. And she was talking about privacy. And I was talking more about of like that sort of it, where I was like, people don't understand the dark side of content creation is not what they think it is to me. Um, no, and I'm not gonna let myself go, you guys. That's like, I'm just not going to it behooves you. It behooves is to benefit you. Sorry, that was the army coming out. Behooving is to benefit you. It's a very military oriented word. I don't think it's only military. We just say it all the time. It behooves you to do something. It benefits you. It's good. Somebody said it to me in real life. I was like, behooving out in the wild, what branch were you in? And he's like, Air Force, why? I was like, "'Cause you just behooved me, dude. I know what you are." Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna let things go. I have an escalating personality, right? I just get more and more unhinged. And so, well, see, he's behooving himself, D. But your dad's ex-Navy, right, Sarah? Like it feel like it is. Latent dead to me. Uh I'm flushed again. Um, So anyways, that's what we were talking about, and what got me started on how weird this is. Like, what got behooving dirty dabbler? You had no idea. Gretchen, did you get it from the military? What is this hype thing? How does it help you? Okay, Giselle, my personal opinion of what hype is it's going to be a way for YouTube to get more money. It is supposed to help much smaller channels. You hype them and then they make a list. I struggled to find the list. Apparently it doesn't like promote you more, but they're going to start instigating to where I believe you're going to be able to start paying for hypes and I think YouTube's going to be like, "Thanks for the money." It's also what YouTube really pushes vertical streams. It's easier for me to see when I'm on my phone to read comments and stuff like that. It's easier for me to your hype is gone, Irma. It's still in like beta phase. Um, don't use the word behoove in my vocabulary. Like I think it's a real word. I just think it's very predominant on it. It's only in the YouTube app and you watch online. Okay. That's also weird. Um, yeah, I don't know behoove. Like I really feel like it's oh, I have a funny story about military words in a second. Hold on. Um, no, it is a real word. I just feel like it's very predominant. We say it all the time. Thank you for hyping me, sweethearts. I did go into Reddit and I was reading, I go to partnered YouTube and like small YouTubers and I read some of the things they say. And you keep getting congratulations for making a difference, hyping your videos. That's amazing, Mary. Um, some people were showing their hypes. I'm getting scammed. Um, I could be a remote online evaluator. The salary for this is 100 to $600 an hour. Please reply interested or yes. Yes, but only for 600 an hour. Interested in the 600-hour position. Um, so when I was looking in the Reddit thing, they were talking about hypes and people are screenshotting their hypes and they're like, "Oh man, that's incredible. Oh, you got so many hypes." And then I looked at my hypes and I was like, I get so many hypes. Like, it was amazing. US citizens with a PR. What is a PR? I do have a PR, like, but which personal record or social security number must be 25 years or older. Do you meet these requirements? A, I have a PR. I think my PR for benching is like 115. So hopefully they ask about that. I used to could, I do not believe I still could deadlift over 200 pounds, put in the noise info. So I can bench over 115 lbs. Is that a sufficient PR? Oh, should I arrange a person in charge? Yes. Would love to talk. Love to chat. Please call. If they call, I'll put them on speaker. Tell you I have all of Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Yes, I rule it. I'm the queen of Puerto Rico. Could you not? What's my sneezing BR? Probably like 13. I can sneeze so many times in a row. It's awful. And my whole family like waits very annoyed until it ends and then they yell at me. But like people in public, poor people in public, I start sneezing and like somebody's so sweet. They're like, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless. Okay. Bless you. I didn't realize it was going to be 30. And I'm like, I can't stop in the middle of the sneeze to let you know. I can't be like, sneeze, hold on, and then sneeze 12 times. Are my allergies still bad from my reckless eating? Not so terrible, actually, Adair. I was like, my blood sugar was lower and my ketones were starting to ramp up again. My face was still a little bit itchy. Fortunately, the sandwich didn't really bother me. And I did have a little bit of chocolate last night. What actually is a PR? I don't know. What is a PR? Um, Primary residence? I don't know. And then I told Calvin how to bless me in public record. Do you have a public record? Professional resume. Carrie, you said that with such authority without any caps that I like really believe you. Um, would love to know your personal best for sneezing in 30 second span. Pervert. I knew it, Chelsea. Chelsea's out here trying to edit all my sneezing clips together. Was the sandwich sourdough? No, I think it was white bread. I wanted it to be sourdough. I thought that would be a lot better. Public relations. I do have public relations. Um, my hip started hurting. So they're never gonna call me. Also, I just you asked in one of those texts how they got my number, and they said the government. The last one, she was like, I got it last night, and she said, "My name is Grace Parker. I'm with Indeed. I'd like to connect with you regarding an opening we're hiring for. May I share the details for you?" And I said, "Oh, nice. Is the job at Indeed?" Because I love texting these people and I keep asking if I'm going to work for Indeed. And they keep trying to tell me that they work at Indeed, but they want me to work somewhere else. And I'm like, but I want to work at Indeed with you. Like, could I be hired at, do you have job openings at Indeed? And they get really pissed and then they stop talking to me. And then she said, "Before we proceed, could you please confirm that you meet the qualifications for this position? Are you a US residents and at least 25? A, yes, B, no." And then I wrote, "So you're just texting any and every number? I thought you were reaching out to me personally for a job you thought I would like." Have I been contacted about your crisis? Like, not in a while, actually. Would you like to come over for roast beef? I would be so uncomfortable for that. That's very uncomfortable. Mary, not Mary, you say naughty. Sourdough doesn't bloat as much. I didn't get the option though. You were so glad to be moving out of Charlotte to a smaller town. Too much crime there. The recent stabbing on the Lynx line was horrible. Is that the one where it was the Ukrainian girl? Yikes. Happy anniversary, Holly. 14 years married. Been married longer than you. I win. High school sweethearts. Oh, you're younger than me, loser. Bet you don't even have jowls, Mary. I mean, Holly. I'm sorry, Mary. I just decided to yell. I'm just yelling at people now. Um, Not bad, Mary. It shouldn't be. It should be the regulars. You get called at least 3 times a day from the loan approval department, and they leave voicemails. See how much money you can get from them. This one, okay, so I also go on Reddit for scams, and this one, I believe the job offer ones are task jobs to where they're like, "Okay, but you have to complete these tasks." And then you accumulate money, but to cash out, you need to do even more tasks, but to access even more tasks, you have to pay them for more. And so, hi, Tidy Up Texan. And so, like, that's that scam. Or the other part of the scam is they will send you a check to buy equipment and then they oversend it. So you have to refund them. And the thing is that the check will bounce out of your account. So when you send them money and then the money gets clawed back, that will screw you. And then one other one is you have to purchase equipment from them. So those are the ways um, that this particular job scam works, in case you're curious. Um, and then so I still don't know what the Coinbase scam was, but like I don't know. Like, are they trying to add something? I wonder, do they want access to my accounts? Probably. I bet you they want me to sign in and download something so that they can withdraw my money from my account. So mean to trick those who want legitimate work opportunities. It is awful. It's really, really awful. Especially because people are desperate for jobs right now. And then I don't marry I don't have any sponsorship videos coming up right now. And like I didn't get paid for the last one for quite some time. And finally I emailed him and I was like, it's been a while. Are you guys going to pay me?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I sent it over. It's just a typo." I was like, Okay, cool." Um, your mother's maiden name, the street you grew up on, and your first pet's name. 100% that. Uh, right? The scams were so much easier. All you had to do was join an MLM, which I cannot wait. I'm gonna start my MLM. That's how you get really rich. I apparently get super rich by starting a religion. I feel like that's not as easy to do now that the internet exists. I feel like Scientology is collapsing because of the internet. Um, you keep getting, "Do you wanna sell your house in Cleveland?" Which I don't own. Sell it, see how much money you can get for it, that'd be funny. Bob from the government office of the government. That one's so good, I want that so bad. Um, you're very desperate for a damn job. Beth said she was gonna hire me, but she lied. You live too far away, the commute would kill you. Um, it's just that's what AI stands for. You would join my religion? I think it would be Farentology. That's funny. Um, I think I wanna start an MLM religion. I think that's good. They're all very culty anyways, and that makes me happy, because cults are good for everyone. Um, but yeah, I'm glad. I think MLMs are collapsing. I'm very excited about that because they are so predatory. Because you guys know, I'm sure I've told you guys before, but like maybe not. Um, when the twins were first diagnosed and I was looking into everything humanly possible, I found a legit play therapy. She was a therapist. She focused on play therapy. And the goal for our play therapy was not to train the kids. Okay, so hold on. Sorry. Some people are okay with ABA, which is applied behavioral analysis, I think is that. And it is to like if somebody reaches out their hand to you, you're supposed to shake their hand. You teach them, here's the cue, here's the response kind of thing. And a lot of people are really uncomfortable with that because a lot of grown verbal autistic adults are like, that was terrible. I didn't appreciate that. And they didn't like they were like, "I'm not a dog. I shouldn't be trained for treats." And so I had a hard time with the idea of ABA, and now they're like, "Oh, well, it's changed. It looks different." And so, I was looking for play therapy where you were like, I want them to have the incentive, the internal motive to do these things. I want them to have the internal desire to want to greet somebody with a handshake, not just respond with a handshake because that's the cue response. So I went to play therapy and we interviewed and did assessments. And she was like, "Yeah, I totally think I could help you." I was really excited. I was very vulnerable because I was desperate for my kids to not be autistic. I was desperate. I wanted to cure them so badly and to be able to look back and like 5 years from there and be like, that was weird. We thought they were autistic, but they're not. Like, I needed to cure them. That's all I wanted to do was to cure them from autism. And, genuinely don't care if that offends people because it was exactly how I felt. I wanted them to have a normal, easier life and not a hard life. And so, I really thought that this would be a helpful thing. And a lot of the times when you look into autism, a lot of the first things is like change their diet, do a GAPS diet, which I genuinely did do. And I feel like it got us from nonverbal to verbal. Um, Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Michelle. That's terrible. Um, and so like there is something in there with eating and stuff like that. And she's like, I also believe in that. I have these supplements that can help you, like they aid in different digestion because there's a lot of talk about gluten and dairy kind of crossing the blood brain barrier, causing inflammation in their brain, causing them to have a harder time or, you know? And so I was like, yes. So I bought her vitamins, I bought her supplements. There's some talk about methylation not working as well and stuff like that. It was a fucking MLM. She was shilling MLM vitamins to mothers who were absolutely desperate. Desperate. It was an MLM. And before I was like, it's fine. People can sell your essential oils. I don't care. Do this. I don't care. If it makes you happy, if you're a boss babing to the sun, I don't care. And this, I was like, guess what? I'm on a vendetta against, and I will never stop. There is no such thing as a good ethical MLM. I do not give a shit how much you love the product. I don't care if you're like, it's life changing. Don't care. Hate them. Burn them to the ground. Burn them to the ground. And she was an actual legit therapist who was like, you know what I should do on the side? Because it was Bismarck, North Dakota. How many autism specialist therapists, play therapists do you think there were? One. You had the opportunity to access one person, and she sold me MLM vitamins that I bought. They were so expensive. So expensive. I was shilling out hundreds of dollars per month in just one of the therapies. Yeah, of course, Amanda, it'd be after the death of your parents. Of course, like, why you're so vulnerable. That would be the best time to capture you. One other time when Facebook was a thing and people like Facebook, we were in a mom's group. Remember those? Those were toxic. And one mom was like, I need help. My baby is like 3 months old. I want to kill myself. I want to kill my baby. There's no joy in my life. I hate everything. And we're like, it's postpartum. This isn't you. Get some help. Like, do you have somebody who can come watch the baby? Where do you live? I'll come watch the baby. Do you need to drive to the hospital? And someone was out there. It works. The It Works brand. She's like, I have these vitamins, these prenatal vitamins. You could have them. And everybody's like, now is not the time for your MLM. This is serious. This is life or death. And she's like, it helps. It's going to be fine. If you do this, and maybe put one of my stupid wraps around your waist, you'd be thinner and feel better about yourself. But like she kept doing it. And every person who was like not appropriate, she would DM you like a flyer for her products. Crazy. So I hate them. Hate them. It's crazy to me. Your grandson is autistic. You cut out all pre-made food, dyes, and sugar. Yes, actual eye contact and conversation. It was crazy. We might could go back to the GAPS diet for a little bit to get us over some of our current trials and tribulations. We have some struggles right now, which is totally understandable. I imagine everybody in this phase of life struggles, but we might could do other things. I see autism as a natural variation in neurological development. It's not normal. She would have been awesome herding sheep as we did for hundreds of years. Yes, that is fun for some people. But there are some of us, I don't, thank God, but there are some with grown men having tantrums of 2-year-olds, and it is physically terrifying. And like I hate that they spectrumed out autism. I hate that they put Asperger's in there because I feel like that's a completely different beast than what a lot of people deal with. And and then so people are like, "Oh, my kid has autism," and they're all these amazing things. And you're like, "Oh, okay, but this is mine. He's 22 in a diaper and has never said a word in his life. Also, he once punched me in the face and knocked me unconscious." So, like, I feel like we should divvy up the spectrum a little bit more. Not everybody gets to be under the umbrella. Maybe we get 2 umbrellas. So, yeah, it's crazy, Joanna. It's really, really scary and hard. Um, but I just routinely beat up the twins so that they know I could beat them in a fight. And that way I maintain my dominance over the household. So I should punch him right now. I know one of them's awake. I could definitely punch one of them. No milk Wednesdays. She does drink milk the other 6 days with meals. My kids drink gallons and gallons and gallons of milk. Amanda, I think ADHD could be under the umbrella right now and is wild. Um, so I don't know. Yeah, I gotta show him who's boss. Like Calvin, he's almost eye level with me. I gotta start kicking his ass day to day. And Mark and I were fighting. I still kind of feel like maybe I could run faster than the kids. And he says absolutely not, but I'm not willing to test it because if I don't test it, I can still believe that I can run faster than my kids. But he thinks I can't. Also, I do kind of wanna do the I think it's past, which is perfect for me to jump on board. Have you guys seen the clips, the videos where it's the wife sprinting from her cop husband, and then he like, she gets a head start, and then he chases her and takes her down, like a cop takedown? Matthew, how are you, sweethearts? How are things going with your girlfriend? Are you guys still dating? Because I haven't heard from you in a long time, and I need to know that. I know you've already left the stream, but still. I kinda wanna do that. But I can't stand being chased, and I will panic and freeze. I wonder how far I could get. He would have to wear his full tactical gear. Um, I wonder how far I could get though, for real. Oh my god, if he used his cop voice, I would die. It's so scary. If he Oh my god, Amanda, if he used his cop voice while I was running away, my legs would fall off, I'd just die. It's so terrifying to me. I've heard it once, and it was very scary. I'm like, "Mm." Um, yeah, I wouldn't be able to handle that. So when my dad went to the game with Mark, he was telling one of his friends, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to Chicago." And they're like, "Oh, Chicago's a little bit scary." And he goes, "Oh, I got a US Marshal to come with me." And the guy's like, "How much did that cost?" I was like, "More than you would ever know. It's so expensive to have my husband in your life because he has to pay for me." So, what did use distraction? Right? I just think it would make him run faster, to be honest, Sarah. I don't think it would work. Um, uh, I'll have to ask him if any of the people that he's chased down have tried using distraction with him. Probably. Um, put the leg shackles on him first. I should that would work. Um, yeah, that would work. That'd be amazing. We should do that. I'd just be too scared. Serpentine, serpentine. No, I'm like really scared about the idea of him chasing me now. Like, even if I'm walking through the house and he happens to be going the same direction, I freeze and I'm like, "Are you chasing me? Like, are you chasing me?" He's like, "No, why am I chasing you?" I was like, "I don't know. I thought you were chasing me. I don't want that." Um, get a little routine down. This is a slippery slope to OnlyFans. So it would make him run faster, guys. Like, I don't think it would slow him down. I think it would increase his pace to get to me. Um, use a chair as a barrier. I would use a brick as a decoy. Just brick him in the face. Probably not. He's got such a cute face. So yeah, that's that. Oh my god, this is such a weird live. Why do we have such a Does he know we talk about him? Yeah, because I tell him sometimes. Um, I think he does. He doesn't watch my channel though, because he's like, "Why would I? I live your channel." I'm like, "Hmm, that's true, babe." Um, but he's so sweet and supportive and like braggy. It's very cute. Like he really supports this. He just doesn't care to watch it, which I'm fine. Um, ooh, Leroy's annoyed about something. Probably geese in the yard again. I woke up and my neighbor had texted me. She's like, "No need to thank me. We used an air horn and our dog to get geese off your front yard." I was like, "Thank you," because they are here and they are pooping. Um, yeah, Shannon, that's true. That happens. Now Leroy's got Kesha up in arms about this. Interview him for a podcast. I don't think we can. There are different restrictions with what he can and cannot do. Um, so that would be weird. Also, restrictions on whether or not he can or cannot earn outside income, which is interesting. So I don't have to pay him if he ever shows up on my videos. I don't pay him. Yeah, like the migrating geese. We are not near a protected marsh. We are just near a canal and some ponds. Where's Cass? Oh my God, right? Where is Cass? Is she okay? Debbie, I do homeschool. We prefer it. Although somebody was like, "Do you homeschool? I'm a teacher." And I was like, "No, why do you homeschool? I'm a teacher." And I was just like, "That feels like we're already you put in a very adversarial question, so I don't know what to say." He is okay, so I've decided, you guys, I decided that I don't like my bed offset. The reason I offset it and didn't center it on the wall was because I thought my desk was gonna fit over there. And because in my head, my room is so much bigger in my mind. And so I thought, because that's also where I used to have my desk and I used to edit, but now I'm in this corner. But now there's weird space here and he has like no space. And so this whole zone from my side of the bed to here, this is my dresser. All of this is my space and he has his side of the bed and like this much um Mary Catchmouth was such a fun game. I forgot that I used to do that. I was a weird drunk. Um, so he has this much space that's his. And so last night or the night before, it's cleaner than usual, Amanda. My fan is cleaner than usual. So I was like, okay, I want to move my bed, but that means we have to move the pictures. And I told Mark, he goes, no, thanks. And I was like, no, like you just have to. And he's like, no, I don't need more space. Nope, nope, no thanks. So what's going to have to happen is it's going to be 3 stages. All right. First stage, I take everything off the walls and I move the beds myself. Second stage, censored. Third stage, he hangs the pictures back up where I need them to go. So that's what we have to do. Right? I have to pre make it worth his while and then post make it worth his while. So those are the things that we're going, but I just have to force his hand. I have to take everything off the walls. I'm not going to do it right now. I think two of them are just like Velcroed onto the wall with 3Ms. That's not terrible. The picture over in the middle, I think that's legit hung up, and I need to get more pictures. That is how women rule the world, right? Um, stay like that's what I'm gonna do. So, and then I feel like I'm getting really close to getting the twins to agree to move upstairs, and then I can use their room as a YouTube office, but they're still very resistant. And so I'm like, okay, fine. Maybe we'll just move. So after those texts, like that was embarrassing, guys. God, why'd you bring that up, D? So you're sudden you moved the bed 14 inches to the left and you woke up during the night and became lost because the fan was 14 inches off on the ceiling. It's crazy. I used to move my bedroom around like when I was a teen or like when Mark and I were young. I used to rearrange my bedroom like crazy. Um, but there really isn't another way I can orient. I could put the bed on this wall that my Joanna, don't even. Um, where my dresser is, but honestly, I don't know that it would fit because I think when you open my door all the way, it would hit one of the nightstands. And I can't really put it on the picture on the window because it's weird having the head of your bed up against a window, right? Because like my pillows and stuff would always hit the blinds. And so like I can't Paulette, you are so late and dead to me. So late. Um, because like the blinds would get hit, and then what would we do is put up the blinds and then people could watch me sleep. No, thank you. Oh my God, no. And the other wall, it will not fit. It just won't fit. Um, it is also bad feng shui. Um, Brett, not that it matters, but it's FENG, feng. Not that it matters. Um, that distracted me a lot. So, and the bed literally doesn't fit on that bed, on that wall. So it has to be here. So like I can't really do anything clever or cute, but I do need to center it. So Mark has a tiny bit more space. It feels very weird. 25 years ago, you were anti-homeschooling. I was anti-homeschooling as I started homeschooling my kids. Um, Thank you, Lori. Like I was absolutely 1,000% against bunk beds. That's really funny. Um, your bed is up against a window, but you need space for my crafting desk. I feel like bed side up against a window is fine, but the head of the board makes me feel like I'd fall backwards into space. You still embarrass your husband by telling him he has such a cute butt, and he's 70? Oh my god, that's so cute. Your husband used to come home from work and say, "Where am I sitting now?" Right? Also, I love randomly switching what side of the bed we sleep on. Or I'm like, "Yeah, you used to be on this side, but now I'm on this side, so go back over here." So, yeah, like, I felt very forced into homeschooling as well, Ashley. I really did. I felt like my I had no other choice. And then when they shut down the schools for COVID, I pulled Calvin, we never looked back. So, yeah, right, not in front of the I just can't. It just I feel like I'd fall backwards. Ours is in front of a window because it's the only way it fits, right? But you have a headboard, so the blinds and curtains are fine. I mean, we would have to get a headboard. I just have to figure out which one I'd want. Um, I bet you dubiously, I bet you she would love to show you guys again. So, you each have your own rooms? I don't wanna do that. I get too, like, scared at night. I get too creeped out. I need him with me so that if there's a scary noise, he can go figure it out. Um, Bye, Tracy B. We are gonna wrap up because it has been almost an hour and a half. Sorry for yawning. And I need to do things. Oh, he begged for mama school, so I sent him to public school. Teacher bless him. I'll teach him. So, um, but yeah, I really like homeschooling my kids. I feel like it is by far the better choice for us. And I think it's helped maintain childhood for a lot longer. Um, I know that oh my god, okay, so I know this. I didn't like my across the street neighbor. She was so against me. She just was against me. And but like fake nice, where you could tell she was actively wanted you to do worse than she was. And by Kalamala, I love you, meatballs. Um, and so her kid also was really awful to my kid. And he would like, tease Calvin repeatedly, and Calvin would be like, "I don't like that. Stop it. Don't do that. I don't like that. Stop it." And then Calvin would hit their kid, and they're like, "Your son hit our kid." And I was like, "Okay, what happened prior to that?" And they're like, "Well," and I was like, "He used his words 5,000 times, and your kid was still a dick, and he's 7. How long did you think Calvin was like, how long do you think a 7-year-old is going to maintain that kind of emotional maturity where he's like, it's just words, right? Not that long. So you're and also your kid probably should be hit sometimes because to be honest, you deserve to be punched a couple times too. And so like, anyways, what am I telling this story about? Why am I telling? Oh, okay. And so then I pulled Calvin and the twins. And oh, also, okay. So the dad was like, I was like, well, about the twins when they were in public school. And I was like, we could do transportation. He goes, short bus. I was like, it would be the short bus. Yes, it would be the special needs bus because I have special needs kids. Thank you so much. Um, oh, I'm still really mad about that. And so I just did not care for the whole family across the board. Uh, yeah. So she was being a little snooty poot toot about how I was homeschooling and stuff like that. And her kid started getting very we were in an area where everybody was like, "What kind of car do you drive? What leggings are you wearing? What do you have? What do you have?" It's not just keeping up with the Joneses. It is I'm better than the Joneses and status symbols matter, right? And I hated that because I came from North Dakota where everybody's like, we're just excited we survived the winter, right? And also, everybody's very social in the area. You walk your kids to school and like you see each other outside the house. So you talk to them and things like that. And so Calvin had a scooter that was like the scooter that everybody had, right? It was just like, you guys, I know you're picturing the scooter we're talking about. Maybe it had color handlebars, silver, right? So like it was just the scooter that everybody had. And then her kid came out, was like, "What kind of scooter is that?" And Cal was, "Razor. Thank you, Morgan." And he's like, "It's a razor." And he goes, "Mine's a this. You should think about getting a better razor, like a better scooter." Like, you're in first grade. You care about what brands you have? That's insane. So I pulled like my kids were not playing with their kids anymore. And I used to organize the street block party for the summer thing. I organized Easter egg hunts. I did dance parties for all the kids in my houses. Like I tried very hard to have a very strong community right there. And after that started thing happening where then Calvin's like, my scooter's not good enough, apparently. Like, could I get a better scooter? And it is a wonderful state. Penny, I love North Dakota. It was my favorite. Um, and I was like, "Okay, we can't do this." And then her kid showed every other kid on the street porn, and I was like, "My kids weren't exposed to it because I homeschool and I stopped allowing them to play." And so I was like, "I'm so glad that" I was like, "You know what? I can't have my kids chase status. I don't want them to think things are better if you have better things." Does that make sense? Like, I'd rather have my Suburban that is paid off than your Range Rover. Um, like, that's just what I would prefer. Hold on. All I had to do was, like, dab at my nose, but who knows? That might get somebody's jollies off. Um, they did. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, look at your shit kid." And I was just at least so, yeah, I couldn't handle stuff like that. It really bothers me. It bothers me when people have more, when they're like, we're better." And I'm like, "You're not better. Like, you're just not better. Stop that." Like, just be happy. Like, everybody should be happy with their scooter. A first grader shouldn't brand shame, right? Um, it was just disgusting. And not only that, but and having better things is just a matter of priorities, but not only that, you're just like, I would never want my kids to shit on other kids because they have something slightly better that they did not earn. They didn't work for any of that. So, like, don't be like, "Oh, my scooter's better than your scooter." Screw you, dude. You didn't pay for that scooter. Stop that. So, like, yeah, it's the debt of it all. And just like, I don't know. It really bothered me. I had a really hard time after that. And then it became very isolating being in my zone because I was like, and then they're like, the school would call me. They're like, are you gonna re-enroll Calvin? I was like, I just simply can't. I can't. I I see what he is right now and how young and great and like he still plays with his imaginary ninjas in the yard and he is compassionate and kind and thoughtful and does not care about status. Although right now his goal is to fly first class somewhere and I was like, "Uh, okay, where's that money coming from, bro?" He's like, "But could we?" And I was like, "We cannot, but thank you so much for asking." So, oh, Sean, I hate that. What are they surgerying her for now? Did the sleeve like malfunction? Um, so yeah, anyways, that's what it's just crazy. So I still don't like them. Still actively rooting against them. Stupid Naser. I'm so sorry, Sean. That sucks. It really sucks. I hope she like comes out of the surgery soon. $2,700 for a cosplay costume. That's insane. Like, okay, so then my kids are like, I want this really expensive thing. And Sonia now is like, okay, I can make a cosplay. I need to learn how to sew. And like, I could find cheaper fabrics and stuff like that. So she is like, "Okay, fine. Yeah, that is crazy expensive. Could I do this on my own?" And I love that. Oh, that reminds me. I'm gonna start showing her what is that show? I think I am gonna start having her watch Project Runway. Do they fat shame models in Project Runway? I can't remember. Do your blogs take you as long to edit as your cleaning videos? Absolutely not, Morgan. It's so much faster because I just film and then I clip it together, and then so I don't have to speed up and clip me walking in and out of the camera, and then don't let her watch that. Why, Amanda? Um, I'm sorry, Ashley. I hate that, honey. Um, so Morgan, no, they're so much faster and I don't have to voice over. So I only have to edit really one time. I should watch through it. So edit and then watch through it, but I didn't on the last video and there were chunks where I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that was still in there." Um and so but the cleaning videos take 100 million years and I have to watch it at least 3 times all the way through. I think she loved Project Runway too. I need Amanda to tell me why she thinks it's horrible. What's horrible? That be more specific. I love the idea of her seeing people craft ideas for clothes and then creating it and seeing runway looks. Like, I love showing her being like, this is a thing. This is a thing. She won't learn to sew from that though, but she'll be inspired to go sit at her sewing machine to sew. Like, you don't need, yes, it would be inspiring for her to see and understand, like, kind of concept to measuring and stuff like that. It's not for the practical of it, it's for the inspiration of it. Um, you like the sewing from sheets and other thrift videos. Interesting. Annabelle uses the cutout thingies. I don't know what the cutout thingies are. So, oh, Debbie, I should inspire myself to clean. It's so bad. Blah. Oh, yeah, of course there's manufacturer trauma, but that's another really good thing to talk about, Renee, is that reality shows are not reality. It is for the drama of it. It's edited and fake. And also, that's how social media is. We talk about that a lot about how what she sees on social media is curated to pull you in and keep you attached and stuff like that. So it'd just be a really good talking point about like this is a show for entertainment. This is not reality. So if you watch it for the entertainment of it all, that's great. But if you watch it for like, oh my God, Jenny, dead to me. I'm like wrapping up. I've been wrapping up for like 15 minutes. Um, so anyways, it's a good talk about that. Patterns. Thank you. I didn't know. I thought it was a tool you were talking about. So yeah, that's what I'm excited to do. So bye, Amanda. Oh, wait, no, Amanda, you made me mad in the middle of it. So that's me, Amanda. I hope you don't win any jackpots. I'm sure you're just going to go out gambling. So, yeah, I don't know, Amanda. I just picked you. It's fine. You made me angry earlier. Remember? I vaguely remember it. So now you're dead to me. So have the worst day. The worst day. No, I'm just kidding. Have a really good day, babe. All right. All right. Well, I apologize for the beginning half of this stream. Didn't think it was gonna go that way. And then the middle, I apologize for the middle. Didn't think it was gonna go that way. The end, feel like we're closing out kind of strong. So looking forward to my next clean video. I'm not Joanna because that means I have to clean. Oh, Jenny, my husband was sexting me and I couldn't hold it together. It was really bad. Okay. I love you idiots, and I will see you when I feel like it. Friday, probably. And then I will have for the sweet potato members, I will be doing a vloggy vlog for you guys. I just don't know what day would be appropriate to put it out. So I hope you guys have a beautiful one. And I love almost all of you. Almost all of you. Okay, bye.